and welcome here. So we are going to be doing some prepping today. I didn't share my grocery haul, but I do gotta say that meal prepping last week was super helpful. I just realized the dryer is going. Anyways, sorry for the noise. That's the dryer. Victor's drying his clothes. But I really thoroughly enjoyed just being able to have my meals ready. That lentil curry, I mentioned it in the previous video, was absolutely delicious, and I am going to be making that again, I think maybe next week, and for sure if people come over. And right now I am going to be prepping some white sweet potatoes. I think they're called Hannah sweet potatoes. Those are my favorite. They are huge, they're massive. So I'm going to be making these. I got 4 from Whole Foods. That's where they sell them here. I haven't seen them at Publix yet. I forgot exactly how I used to make these. I think I used to actually put them in the air fryer, huh? I think actually we did end up used to putting them in the air fryer instead of the oven. Change of plans, we're putting them into the air fryer. I have found it pretty annoying to have to clean the air fryer lid. It gets really nasty even if you clean it. So I bought these like silicone air fryer molds, and it is smaller than the actual big pot lid, but I think it's better than nothing and better than the other one. So it came in a pack of 2. I'll link them down below if you're interested, but I found these really helpful. So after making this batch of sweet potatoes, I remembered how delicious these are. They come out so perfect in the air fryer. I'm sure you can bake them in the oven, but I personally think that they taste so much better if they are just air fried. So for my air fryer, because it is an Instant Pot, it's not, a typical air fryer, I ended up cooking them for an hour on 400 degrees. And the bottom 3, I actually ended up leaving them in the Instant Pot to air fry for another 15, and they came out perfect. I want to prep my veggies. I want to make sure that I'm getting in more healthy snacks. So I did buy a bag of pretzels, and I have some, like a giant bag of carrots, and I want to make sure that we don't leave any food to go to waste. I found it very helpful, again, to be able to have things ready to go in the fridge, because and doing it on the weekend when Victor's here, because he's able to take care of Leanie. And I feel like if things are prepared, then I'm obviously more likely to eat it instead of like being distracted playing with Leanie and just kind of neglecting making sure that I'm having like an adequate amount of food or just even healthy options. So I really do want to start including more veggies into my snack routine, I guess you can say. I really do want to, avoid snacking on unnecessary things like chips or cookies, or, I love me some sweets, but I know the benefits of veggies are so much greater. So just trying to incorporate these, and I realized pretty soon that a mason jar was not going to hold all of my carrots, so I actually ended up using a different container, transferred them over. But also I realized, since I have been staying home and not going to a 9-to-5 job, it's so much easier to snack on things in the pantry, because I can't just take it to work and stick to what I took. Being home and meal prepping is definitely helping me go back to just having my meals ready and sticking to them. And now for this next meal, you have probably seen it before if you've been around my channel for a while. It's one of my personal favorites. It never fails to satisfy. And for this, I just used a can of drained chickpeas. I threw in some red onion. that's it for this. It's so delicious. Trust me, you gotta make that. The next thing we're going to be doing is prepping the chia mix, the chia seed mix for our overnight oats. So technically I won't be able to make them until tomorrow, but I will put the video that I'm going to be using up on the screen and link it down below if you want to use it as well. But this is one of those new recipes that I'm going to be trying this week. I think that's been very helpful for me to like be excited about something new throughout the week, and I don't feel like the stuff I'm trying is like, you know, like, I don't know, that I'm used to it. So for this chia recipe, it called for blueberries, oats, some soy milk, some vanilla extract, and some maple syrup, and that was it. So I blended it up. The only downside though that I did realize with this recipe is that she did post a video, but there wasn't a recipe with the exact measurements in the description, so I actually didn't know exactly how much to make, which kind of turned out a little different, I would say, than the actual video. So I ended up having to add a little bit more soy milk, kind of get it to a right consistency, and after transferring it to a container, I added some chia seeds. I didn't know how much to add, so I just threw a lot in there. I figured it's better to add more than to end up with, you know, a lot of liquid. So I definitely added a lot of chia seeds. And I put that in the fridge for overnight. So the next thing on our list that we are going to be making is a chickpea mix for the chickpea quesadillas. Again, I'm going to put this on the screen for you. I didn't get to make it last week, so I'm going to make it this week. And that way I can have something that I can put together with some whole wheat tortillas that we have in the freezer. This was such an easy meal to throw together. I threw in some garlic, some onion, and really quickly I wanted to show you the update on the potatoes, the sweet potatoes. They came out perfect, and you know they're perfect when they're oozing out the natural, is it sugar? I don't know, but the natural sweetness to it. They came out so perfect. And back to the chickpea recipe, like I said, this one is just super easy and simple. Throw in your chickpeas, throw in all your spices, your tomato paste, and it's so simple. This is definitely one that I will for sure go back to and make if I'm in a hurry, because all you need is a can of chickpeas, and the rest of the ingredients you probably have in your pantry. And I will say again, the recipe for this I will link down below as well. So far, the recipes that I've made from Fit Green Mind have not disappointed. They are jam-packed with flavor, and any excuse to use some tapatio, I will gladly take it and make that recipe. So the following morning, I took the chia pudding mix from the fridge, and honestly, the texture was a little off. It didn't look like the video, but hey, I went with it. And what matters is I got the, you know, got the blueberries in there, got the oats in there, got the chia. So hey, overall, you know, it's super healthy, so that's what matters. But this is how it ended up looking like. I love this soy milk yogurt. That is my personal favorite yogurt. And I made one for that morning, and I also made one for tomorrow. So moving on to the second portion of today's video, it's going to be me showing you how I am incorporating all of these meals into, or most of the meals. Today's Tuesday when I'm filming this, and I already finished the chickpea mix for the tortillas, so I won't be making that, but that was delicious, by the way. It was one of the most delicious quesadillas I've ever had, even though it doesn't have cheese. But it was amazing. One of my goals that I am trying to do is to make sure that I have a lot of water. Been slacking, so I'm trying to have a cup of water before I have my coffee, and I'm trying to not have my coffee up until I have been like fueled by my breakfast. So this morning, that's what I'm going to do. So this morning, I'm going to be starting off with some chia pudding with some yogurt. Now, I'm going to be completely honest. Yesterday I had them as well for the morning, and I had them just like that, and I was not a fan. I don't know if it's well, actually I think I know. I think it's the chia texture. I am not a huge fan of textured, well, I guess all food is textured. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of like seeds. This morning I'm going to try to do a little something different. Also, in the video that I saw, I didn't see any measurements, so I think it also, the consistency I think came out wrong. It looks different than what she had. What I'm going to do to change it up is I'm going to add some granola on top, and maybe that kind of distracts me from the chia texture because, you know, it's crunchy, so. Time for my daily cup of coffee. Gotta get my oat milk and get some caffeine in me. Now you can see my failed latte art. So far, I have not made much progress. Sad to say, I've made maybe like 10 hot lattes so far and no luck. So I gave up. But it still tastes good, so that's what matters. Lunchtime. So for today's lunch, I am having some carrots that I prepped. The chickpea mix, I ended up having this as a snack yesterday too, and it was absolutely like a delicious combination. Was pretzels. I picked these up at Whole Foods. They're my favorite. And I just dip it in hummus and then dip it in the chickpeas, and it is absolutely delicious, like amazing combination. And y'all know me, I got tapatio with hummus, and this is what's gonna be serving as my lunch today. And then I might end up adding a sweet potato as well. I ended up realizing yesterday that I didn't prep enough actual filling meals, so I definitely today, or yeah, probably today, have to prep something else for the rest of the week, because it's only Tuesday and I'm about out of almost everything, which is crazy. But I mean, I did do the prepping on Sunday and then had some of that food for Sunday, Monday, and today. So I'm gonna have to do a little bit more prepping. And then right here in the corner, I don't know if you could see it, but Victor made these like almond flour, oat flour little like energy bites. So with some stevia and a few chocolate chips. And I'm excited to try it. He told me, not bad. I wasn't so sure if I was gonna like them because they have stevia, and I'm not a huge fan of like the stevia aftertaste, but actually I had a little crumb and those were not bad. So I'm gonna go off and enjoy my lunch. Now, super important, we gotta stay hydrated here. Warming up my beautiful sweet potato. These are so good. They are so sweet. Now for dinner, like I mentioned before, I didn't end up prepping enough meals to last me the whole week. So I'm improvising and I am making my dinner today, just pulling out stuff from the fridge. As tiny as I could make them because I don't like them. I ended up using some garlic, onion, 2 mushrooms, and some bell peppers, as well as some tofu. I cubed it up and I'm just gonna throw them into my pan. And when I go into meals like this, I typically just kind of wing it, and it's not until the food is in there that I kind of think through what seasonings will actually work. Of course, salt and pepper, you can never go wrong with that. But with this meal, I figured that sriracha and soy sauce would be good, so that's what I did, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. So I just served it up, and this is what I ended up getting. It was delicious, a 10 out of 10 for me, super simple and quick. But that is it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video very, very soon. Bye!